Welcome to the city of Bangor, a city whose history dates back nearly 1,000 years. A city where people thrive and make their living. A city with some small industries, a cathedral city, and also mainly one of the largest university cities in North Wales. As it says on the sign, welcome to Bangor. Bangor University, standing high and proud, overlooking the city. Who knows the countless thousands of university students who have passed through its doors to go on for even greater things. A wonderful building and extremely well designed. The university buildings stretch over quite a number of areas throughout Bangor. They cater for all the different types of educational requirements. It is a truly wonderful university, and the scholars who have been through its walls will always testify to that. This lovely, quaint little bridge is just on the inside of Port Penrhyn. And as we pan round, see the approach roads and also some of the buildings. And some of the small fishing boats which are here in the harbour. Across in the distance is the shoreline of Anglesey, which you will soon be seeing from a closer distance. As you can see, quite a lot of swans use this haven. A really nice tranquil scene. early morning in June. Oh, what a beautiful, tranquil sight. Looking down the Menai Straits, looking down towards Beaumaris and the wooded hills along the coastline. And as we come round, we look at the gateways to the renowned Bangor Pier, which until recently had become slowly derelict. But then, with the injection of a lot of cash, a lot of work, it has been restored now to the splendour that it once was in Victorian times. These lovely little huts built in all the way along. Some of them have got little tiny businesses. The visitors onto the pier. This is at the end of the pier, and inside this building there's a little tea rooms and a little shop and some toilets. And now, as I pan round now, you can see the bridge now. Beaumaris. In the winter sunshine. So first and foremost, just to see the views just at the beginning of the pier. Looking round again towards Port Penrhyn. Bangor swimming pool. Looking along the approach road now, heading towards the centre of Bangor. Here we get our first glimpse of the first multi-storey car park and shopping centre, the Wellfield Shopping Centre, one of the largest in Bangor. The British Telecom building is quite a sizable building, and as we pan round we see this quaint church and church school. This is the Antelope Hotel, which is situated alongside the entrance to the renowned Telford Bridge, which spans from the Bangor, from the mainland, across onto Anglesey. This is the first of two of the bridges. The other side of this bridge drops down into the little town of Menai Bridge. The motorist view of crossing from the mainland over to Anglesey. Here we are looking right down the Menai Straits. About half a mile further downstream you can see the new Britannia Bridge, which I shall be taking a closer look at shortly. Here we have another view of the Telford Bridge. Now looking at it from the Anglesey side, heading in towards Bangor itself. And as we look down the Menai Straits, we see the new Britannia Bridge with its road bridge over the top and the railway track running directly underneath it. Bangor is unique in as much as it can be approached from all four corners: north, south, east and west. From the west you approach on the A55 and you cross over the bridge. This is from Anglesey. From the south you can approach it from Caerhun. From the east on the A5 coming from Ceredigion you can approach Bangor coming along the A5, which used to be at one time the main road running into Bangor, and now of course you also have it coming from the north, going in from Lancashire and coming through Rhyl, Llanfairpwllgwyngyll, Pembrokeshire, etc. on the new expressway, which is a vital link right through North Wales now, going right across and across the Britannia Bridge, heading out towards Holyhead for Ireland. So Bangor is quite a central point. It is also a very central point for people wishing to enjoy a holiday and holiday times. So within a few minutes of drive you can actually be in the Snowdonia range of mountains. You can be on the loveliest beaches in Anglesey, and you can also be in one of the hubs of entertainment, which is Rhyl. So you have quite a variety. There we see a small craft heading up the Menai Straits, going against the tide, which is an extremely strong tide. Visitors to Bangor, using Bangor as a centre, can quite easily reach this destination. This is the town with the railway station with the longest name, I believe, in the world. The name of the station is Llanfairpwllgwyngyll Go, which means the Church of Mary in the hollow of the White Hazel near the fierce whirlpool, and the Church of Tisilio by the Red Cave. This is approximately a 10-minute drive from Bangor. Now here we see the front entrance to Bangor Cathedral. The cathedral dates back to the 12th century. This is only a small cathedral, but it is really beautiful inside. From this point we can look up and down the main high street of Bangor, which is one of the longest high streets in Wales, I believe. From this vantage point you not only see the cathedral, but standing proud at the back is the main university building again. The newly redesigned commemorative cenotaph in the centre of Bangor. Here we are in the centre of Bangor, and this is the clock tower, which is situated right in the centre of Bangor itself. You can see you have another view going up the high street. Numerous shops, banks and other facilities. We're looking down the high street. And to my left here we have the front part of the Wellfield Centre. This has quite a lot of retail outlets in it. This is the front of the Woolworth store. Next to this Farm Food, Barclays Bank, sold out. And that's the further down. And this is the main entrance into the mall of the Wellfield Centre. We have a lovely coffee lounge next to it, and the newspaper shop is right on the corner. This is just the front facade of the Wellfield Centre. As you can see, the beautiful trees occupying the front part of the Wellfield Centre make it even more attractive. Nice and shady for people to sit and relax during their shopping spree. This is another entrance into the Wellfield Shopping Centre. Looking at once again another entrance into the Wellfield Centre, and again some of the premises on the outer part of this unique centre. It is very, very convenient because here you have the station for all of the buses, and you also have the peace and tranquility down the bottom of the entrance into the Cathedral Bible Gardens. The inside of the Wellfield, amongst its many attractions and shops, we have the Argos shop, we have Brewster's, BY's, His and Hers, which deal mainly with furniture. There's an antique centre with quite a few little stalls inside. There are estate agents, and right next to the Wellfield Centre we have the police station. And here at the back of the Wellfield Centre we have the North Wales Police Station, and right next to that we have the Magistrates Court. This Magistrates Court, the building is quite an old building. Above which is a rather unusual sign, business entrance. And here we have the magistrate's entrance. Beautiful carved stonework. The other shopping precinct in Bangor. A fairly modern building, incorporating quite a large number of shops. Saturday morning shoppers. The entrance into the mall. And here we have the entrance to the car park of the Wellfield Centre. The car park can accommodate 85 cars, and the rates are extremely competitive, plus the fact that it is completely undercover, and therefore in the winter protects the vehicles from the rain and snow, etc. And during the summer and during the heat of the summer, it is so nice to be able to get into your car, which is nice and cool, rather than getting into a car which is virtually like an oven. Here we see the exit ramp and the inward ramp. We're now going up the ramp leading into the Wellfield Shopping Centre. Facing me is the entrance to the offices, the room above there. That's the General Manager's office, Mr. Brian Gower, who I'm hoping to be able to interview and have a quick word with us a bit later on. And this is the view from the top of the terrace, where some of these shops are, some of the larger ones. There we have Morgan, followed by Zero, followed by Woolworths, the Army and Navy stores, and right on the end is the new extension for Brewster's. Behind Brewster's there we have the Argos, and then as we look down into the mall itself, which as you can see it's very nicely done out, the palm trees and the flowers. And there we have his and hers, Foxes, and in the corner we have the antiques. The antique centre is in the bottom. And as you can see in the far corner there, They're just accepting a large delivery, even though it's Sunday morning, a large delivery from Port Brewster. The view that you're seeing now, this is at the bottom of the ramp, and these are some of the shops which are at the bottom of the ramp here. This one in front on the offer, that will hopefully soon be occupied, along with quite a few of the others. There's a few others here, and there we have BY, and Colleague Motors also display some of their vehicles here as well. And in the corner we have John Williams Music, and then Pause, the animal place, and then we have Bakshish, and all of these units that you're looking at now, all the way along there to the end, I believe that is going to be shortly taken over. There's another firm moving in to there as well. So the whole situation in the Wellfield Centre is improving day by day. And here we have Pet Care, and next to that the Provident office, and then as we move into the Mall entrance we see JJ Designs, fabrics, curtains and materials, etc. Even lighting for this one. This is another new development, Weirmart. Here we have the compactor for all of the waste that's accrued throughout all of the shops. The stairway going up, and here we have all of the loading bays for all the various shops. This is the service road that we're looking at the present moment. This is a view of the ramp, the easy access ramp. Overlooking the outer part of the car park. That's the kiosk for the car park attendants. The outside of the car park here is used for the contract parking. These are the cars which are owned by the various managers of the shops. I'm just on my way up the stairs now to go and see the centre manager. I'm in Mr. Gower's office at the present moment, and there you have Mr. Gower working at his computer. And I've just come up for a few moments just to have a word with him. He is the general manager of the Wellfield Centre, and I would just like to ask him one or two questions. First and foremost, good morning, Brian.
Hi, how are you, George? All right?
Not too bad, thank you. How's the centre doing? Is it mad busy again as usual?
It's doing very well, yes. It's thriving extremely well since we've had new ownership.
Oh, I'm very pleased as regards that. Tell me, Brian, how long have you actually been associated with the Wellfield Centre?
I started here in June 1984 when Guardian Royal Exchange Insurance Company were the owners, and they were just completing the Phase 1 redevelopment, which was the development of the new Mall. And for my sins, been here ever since. Can't remember breaking 2 mirrors, but we've gone past 14 years now.
It's when you get to 21 you start worrying. How long has the Welfare Centre been actually here? I know I've been here since 1980, but it must have been quite a long time before that.
Yes, the foundation stone, which is in the lobby at the bottom of Garth Road, says it was laid by Sir Michael Duff in 1962, so I suppose building probably started around about 1958, 59. It was originally built by a firm called Redwood Developments, and GRE were the mortgagees for Redwood Developments, and in the early 80s, Redwood Developments went into liquidation, and GRE basically got the centre back by default, and then started to put some money, and this is when the centre really started to go ahead and begin to thrive. We've gone through 3 owners, which were the original ones, Redwood Developments, that I mentioned, Guardian Royal Exchange Insurance Company, then for 2 years a firm called UK Land, who didn't do very much at all, apart from make £1 million out of it and move on, and now the new owners, who are Ravenheath Limited, who are headed by Mr. Keith Williams, who used to be an investment surveyor with Guardian Royal Exchange, so he knows the centre extremely well, and it was always his ambition to own it, and he's now achieved his ambition.
Oh, that's very good, though. Actually, I have met Mr. Williams on a few occasions, and he certainly seems to be a very go-ahead person, a very straightforward person, and by what I can gather, he knows exactly where he's going. And just briefly, when I've been looking round, since he's taken over, it's as if there's been a lot of manure put into the ground, because everything all of a sudden is developing.
Yes, we have, since Mr. Williams took over, we've had new shops. We've had Brewster's, which has made a huge difference, which are a mini supermarket. We've got BY's, which again is a very good shop. Argos we already had, of course, which are our anchor store, who bring in lots of people. With Weirmart in the Mall, which is a large clothing company, and under development at the moment, the work has already started in preparation. We have Bevan's DIY, which are taking in excess of 10,000 square feet unit, and Pound Stretcher, which will be starting work in there, fitting out within the next month. So that means we will only have 2 small empty shops left to let, which is the first time ever, I think, that we have very near capacity in lettings. So he's been very successful in what he's done.
Oh, that can only be for the betterment of the city and for the Wellfield itself, obviously. One of the things that I have noticed is and you seem to be the linchpin as regards to this, and that's your association with the police and the Crime Watch, which, by what I've been able to observe, seems to have certainly reduced things, or at least brought to the attention to the police of more and more of the crime element. Even though it is only minor in this city, it's still a nuisance factor.
Yes, shoplifting in Bangor virtually reached epidemic proportions, and originally we started off with a shop watch scheme, which meant each shop would pass information to each other regarding shoplifters, which had to be done by telephone. It was then decided to do a radio link, and each shop now has a radio which they have direct contact with each other and with the police, and this has cut down on shoplifting no end. We have police officers on the high street who carry the radios, so as soon as information is given about a shoplifter, they're there to pounce on them straight away. I'm sure, as you realise, in your car parking office, you see them being taken in handcuffs in quite regular succession.
Yes, well, obviously that's only for the betterment of everybody, really. Because the sooner they get rid of this rubbish off the streets, the better.
Yes, it's made Bangor a much safer place, not only from the point of view of shoplifting, but hooliganism and things like this get clamped down on straight away, and it's made the environment, I think, a much safer place for people to shop.
Well, Brian, that's been very, very enlightening for me, and I hope all the people who watch this video, they realise that the job that you're doing is a very important job, and that you're really progressing everything, and I really mean everything. And I'd like to take this opportunity of thanking you for your cooperation and for your help in making of this video. I shall make a copy of it for yourself, obviously, and I sincerely hope that you like it. Once again, thank you very much indeed, Brian.
Thank you, George.
I'm standing in Brian's office at the present moment. It's Saturday afternoon, and as you can see there's quite a lot of people around in the mall now. My previous photography that was done in the early hours of a Sunday morning, showing how lovely all the different buildings etc. are, and this now shows you just how busy the place can be, and this isn't really as busy as what it normally is, but it's still a wonderful view, and it shows all the different shops in the mall of the Wellfield Centre. And my thanks go out to Brian for helping me the way he has done. Of the Wellfield car park early on a Saturday morning. No doubt before long this car park will be full. On the upper level these are the two slopes, one going out and one coming in. From Gateway into Penrhyn Castle. A long wooded driveway, approximately a mile long, takes you right through to the castle entrance itself. This is the main entrance for the visitors. The castle itself is about 200 years old now. Now here we see the main front portals of Penrhyn Castle. And a beautiful panoramic view from here, looking first and foremost towards the Welsh hills, and then as it swings round into the bay itself, and there in the distance you see the headland, which is Ceredigion now. Quite a number of the trees in Penrhyn grounds have been imported from all over the world. Here we see the side view and another one of the entrances, and the large tower on the right is the ice tower. Looking back across to Port Penrhyn now, you see a large variety of wildlife around here, some swans, we're right in the heart of the hills and the mountains of North Wales. The scenery surrounding Bangor is unequalled, I think, anywhere at all in Wales. to use Bangor as a central point and then radiate out from there with only just a short distance to travel, you can have some of the most fabulous views ever. This is the end of my recording, and I just hope that those who view it will get as much pleasure out of viewing it as what I have had in the filming of it.